Go, Max.
You're good. You can mute Max.
Welcome everyone into Titan Fieldhouse for the first of two games today as part of the Eastern Florida Classic, with this one being between the South Georgia Tech Jets and the hosting Eastern Florida State Titans. You're watching EFSC's Titan Sports. I'm Max Mesman alongside Zachary McKenzie. The visiting Jets come in with an overall record of 1-5 and have lost 5 in a row. Meanwhile, the Titans have a 4-1 overall record and have won their last 2 in a row. The last time these two teams faced off, Eastern Florida secured an 84-66 victory at home on December 3rd of 2022. The Titans have won all 3 meetings with the Jets, with each win coming by 18 points or more. the Titans are looking to finish the Eastern Florida Classic 2-0, while South Georgia Tech is looking to put an end to their early season struggles. So, Zakari, among the many skilled players for the Titans, who do you see as the key difference maker against the Jets?
Well, Max, we like to maybe switch it up or give a surprise to our audience, but this time I'm just going to go with the basic. Sean Register Jr., the freshman. Like we mentioned, Mr. Do-It-All, averages 25 points a game, scored 31 in, I think, their second to last game. I'm going to go with him maybe being one of the difference makers for them.
And on the other side for South Georgia Tech, who do you think will need to step up for them to pull off this huge upset?
For South Georgia Tech, it is all about the 6'11 big man, Matt Mabole. He's going to need to step it up. Averages 69% shooting on the field and also averages a double-double with 11 boards and 10 points. He's going to need to play very good if the Georgia Tech Jets have a chance of winning this one.
And before we get started, Zakari and I are current students at the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting at Full Sail University. So we would like to thank Eastern Florida State College, the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting, as well as Full Sail University for giving us this incredible opportunity. We hope to deliver a great broadcast for what promises to be an excellent game. Your starters for the visiting team, you got number 32, Gayam Shodegar. You have number 23, Ilik Yakaman. And you also have at point guard, Jalix Ewing. And getting the tip, Matt Bowl. On the other side for the home team, you have Tyson Wilson at point. Sean Register Jr., who you mentioned as the player to watch. Lana Agbaliz taking the tip. You also have out there Jovial Acevedo Arroyo, as well as number 2, Jibby Lai. Starting off after winning the tip here, South Georgia Tech. On the outside there, that is Clark Maston, who gets the floater to go. Early scoring here for the Jets.
Good move there by Maston, froze the defender.
Now taking it himself, Tyson Wilson can't finish at the rack. Getting the rebound on the perimeter. Now Register over in the corner, off the front of the rim. Another rebound and now a steal by the Jets.
Good passing there from the Titans.
Taking it up himself, Maston. Freshman guard averages 11.8 points per game this season. Goes down low into Ewing. Ewing. It's going to be a foul on the Titans. That's going to go against Jibby Lee, excuse me.
Well, Max, I'm already noticing a difference in play from the Jets here from how they played yesterday. They're playing way more controlled at a way slower pace.
As Ewing gets the first free throw. Early start here for the Jets. And this is what you need to get a big upset on the road if you're South Georgia Tech.
Yes, you cannot start slow, especially like you mentioned in the away gym. Have to put the pressure on from the start.
2 for 2 at the free throw line for Ewing, and they'll take that as he is just a little over 50% shooting from the stripe this year. Now Lee passes out, once again open. And rims out, and it's going to be the other way for the Jets here.
Titans still looking to get it go from the three-point end so far.
They've had a couple of open looks, though. Right there, Arroyo had time, just couldn't get it to fall. And now fadeaway jumper, Ewing. It's a tough shot.
Yeah, the Jets can't afford to keep giving the Titans these open looks. Eventually, they're going to knock it down.
And now Wilson, that one no good. And trying to get the rebound, but going out of bounds off of Agbaliz. It'll be Jets ball going the other way.
Max, if you're the coach of the Titans, you're not mad at them for shooting as much three so far. Like you mentioned, they're open looks, they're good looks, and you know that eventually they'll drop.
Yeah, the Titans really getting some good opportunities on the offensive end, like you said, but just can't get them to fall. But still early on here in this first half. And now South Georgia Tech trying to take advantage. That one goes right of the rim, and it'll be out of bounds. Titans ball. Shot by Yakaman. on the outside.
Both teams struggling from three so far. No three-pointers made for any side.
Lee one-on-one against Ewing. Good behind the back dribble. Takes it himself, and it's stolen away by Maston. Now he's going the other way. Pops and hits. Clark Maston and South Georgia Tech with an early 7-0 lead.
That was a good defensive possession from Ewing. Slid his feet, didn't reach, didn't gamble.
In the corner driving. Good pump fake right there by Lee, and he gets the scoring started for the home Titans. That was a big answer there for Eastern Florida, who early on getting behind in the scoring column.
Yeah, they don't want to fall too far behind in this one and have to play catch up for the rest of the match.
Now Register switching on to Ewing. They have the mismatch. Two-man game, stops mid-range. Doesn't fall. Now with the rebound and puts it back up. 0 for 2 on this possession. Back out to Maston. Good rebounding by the Jets.
Well, Bull creating a lot of second chance opportunities. Like I mentioned, he's going to have to keep doing that all game.
And Maston with another shot, air ball, and that will go out of bounds. And it'll be a Titans ball going the other way. You mentioned it, Ball with a walking double-double coming into this game. 10 points, 10 rebounds on the year.
Yeah, he will be the difference maker if he can get it going early in this already. Almost, I think, 2 rebounds on that one possession there.
That is one thing for the Titans that is a little bit of a mismatch coming into this game. They're not very big in the size department. Ball, the tallest man out there at 6'11". Wilson looking for Register in the corner, able to get it off of the tip and up and under. Registered the point right there, and now it's 7-4.
Good move there by Register, but like you mentioned, Titans lacking maybe in the height department. Their tallest player is only 6'9".
And so far, a game of runs. The Jets started off with the first 7 points, and now 4 straight for the Titans. Shooting from the outside, and that's the 3rd shot by the Jets that has not caught anything.
Must be windy in the gym, Max.
Little bit of a breeze here at Titans Fieldhouse as we get an early timeout. What have you seen so far from the Jets that has helped them get this early lead?
They're playing way more control than they did the last time they came out. The nerves have probably settled in. They're way more calmer.
I will say something that I've noticed. The Titans struggling shooting so far. Both of their shots that have been makes have came at the rim. But going forward, you have to assume that those shots are going to fall.
Yeah, that's why, as a coach, you can't get upset or too anxious anytime your team starts to miss. You just have to promise them, hey, it's going to drop, it's going to fall. Just don't give up hope on the defensive end. Keep playing defense, keep trying. Eventually, the shots are going to go down.
Titans down 7-4 here early on at Titan Fieldhouse, as we'll get ready to come back on the floor here. 1 foul on the Titans early on as well. I think another thing that could help the home team out is getting out in transition. We saw both of those scores not only came at the rim, but came in transition sets.
Max, trust me, the Jets, they know how to get out in transition. I think their hard part is they're almost like a car with no brakes. When they start, they don't like to stop. So I think it's good that they may try. Like you mentioned, the home team may need to play in transition, but the Jets, they can stay calm for right now.
Lee on the outside, guarded by Ewing. And that one just falls out of bounds off the hands of Wilson. A little bit of a lack of concentration right there by the point guard.
I think there he thought 2 steps ahead than he actually was. Maybe he thought about making his first move before he actually caught the ball.
Maston bringing it down the floor. Trying to go into Bowl. Almost has it tipped away. Yakiman, guarded by Arroyo. Yakiman has it tipped by Arroyo directly to the hands of Schrodinger. That one goes off the backboard. Now pushing the other way, Lee. And they call that out of bounds off of Schrodinger.
Although it was not stolen, not a very good pass there from Elliot Chiakman. If you're going to find the 6'11 bull, you have to put it high in there where nobody's able to get it. He's almost 2 inches taller than anyone on the floor. Got to put it high.
Wilson setting the floor for the Titans. Gets it back in the corner. Switches floor over to Lee. Good passing here by the Titans on the perimeter. Register going baseline and gets it blocked, but a whistle. And that'll be the first foul on Matt Bull. And it'll send Register to the free throw line.
Matt Bull thought he completely blocked it. Didn't look, I mean, it looks kind of like a block, kind of like a flagrant. Not sure which way the referees may go here. It looks like it's just going to be called a common foul.
Caught a little bit of his face there on that block attempt. And now Register at the free throw line. Makes the first.
Good job by the Titans, though, Max. You can tell that there's clearly a brotherhood on this team. The way they all sprinted there to pick up Sean Register off the floor, making sure he was okay.
And substituting in for Tyson Wilson will be Nick Oliver, the hot three-point hand off the bench, as well as in the post coming in for Lana Agbeles will be Ebi Ogo.
And guess who's his favorite player, Max?
Who is
Nick Oliver?
Who is Nick Oliver's favorite player?
Stephen Curry.
Makes sense, makes sense. 41% shooting on the year. 16 for 39 coming into this game. And now Yakiman guarded by Register. Good perimeter defense here by the Titans. Trying to drive inside and takes it to him. The rack and one. Jalix Ewing.
Jalix Ewing, Max, a very good player. Although I didn't mention him, he's also will have to step up if they want to win this game. Last week, he was the GCAA Player of the Week in a loss, though he had 21 points and I think 7 rebounds in the game.
Seems as if this Jets team is a team that showed a lot of promise early on in the year. The record doesn't really reflect that, but today's win could be a big statement for South Georgia Tech as Ewing makes the free throw and completes the three-point play. And that is going to be an offensive foul by Jibby Lee. Possibly some frustration.
Now, Max, I'm not going to deny the offensive foul, but it was a little bit of theatrics there. I'm not sure he got pushed enough the way he would slide almost 2 feet from the point of impact.
Not only can Jalix Ewing get and ones, but he might deserve an Oscar as well after that play. And now bringing it up, Maston. Also in for the Titans now is Javon Yappy. Maston with some good moves, looking for that mid-range. Out to Yakiman. Too strong. Rebound by Bull. Looking to go up himself, and he puts it in.
Yeah, almost wanted to see Bull be more aggressive there as soon as he gets the offensive work and just go straight up with it.
Now driving baseline. Thought about the three. Nick Oliver. Now Yappy, and that will be a blocking foul called against Yakiman.
Good rip through there by Yappy. Just did a triple threat, saw the weakness in his defender, went straight to the rim. Titans seem to have calmed down on three-point shooting so far, Max.
And you could tell right there, Nick Oliver had a bit of an opening to shoot it from the perimeter, but decided to go down baseline. Now an arid pass, able to track it down as Arroyo. Arroyo out in the corner. Yappy thought about it, now goes in and finishes at the hole.
Good finish there from Yappy.
12-8 your score. South Georgia Tech still leading early on. Big man handling it outside. And now going in the corner a little bit high, but able to catch his Maston. And that's a foul going against Yappy.
You mentioned big man handling the ball. I like the double big man action that the Jets are running. They kind of have a two-man partnership. Number 32 more finesse and skill, where Matt Bull is just straight strength and power.
In the corner, Ewing. One-on-one with Arroyo, drives in, puts it up, too strong. Rebound by Oliver. Now Register with it. Going into the hole. And that is going to be an offensive foul foul called against Register, second of the game for the Titans.
Yeah, Max completely lowered his shoulder there. Looked like a 4-star running back in high school, the way he trucked that defender out of the way.
Giving Schrodinger the hit stick right there. And the Titans still down 12-8 early on here. Tell you what, if you're Coach Baller, you can't have asked for a better start for your Jets so far. Question is, can they maintain this lead?
You're right, the Jets shooting a high 43% right now.
Now Schrodinger taking it himself, finishes off the glass. And Yappy coming up the floor quickly, finds Register in the corner, driving baseline, wide open. Too strong on the three right there by Oliver. Now Maston, 2-on-2, out to Schrodinger. Too strong. Rebound by Bull. Bull thought about shooting it. Notice he was in no man's land. Now wide open in the corner. Yakaman.
What impressed me there was Schrodinger's hustle to tip the ball to his teammate, calls for the extra swing for the three. Good hustle there by the big man.
Everything falling early on for the Jets. Yappy driving with the left. Good job to save it right there by Arroyo. Register setting the table. Puts it up near the rim. Finds nothing, and now going the other way, it's Ewing. Takes it himself, Euro, and a foul called on Oliver.
Good aggressiveness by Ewing, making sure that his presence is felt in the first half.
5 points for Ewing, and now timeout here for the South Georgia Tech, or excuse me, timeout taken by Eastern Florida. Talked about Jalix Ewing, currently tied for the lead in scoring with Clark Maston for the Jets with 5 points. And they've really come off of him taking it himself to the rack. Had it early on and one, and then also a layup, and now is going to get a chance to go to the free throw line once again. Even scoring so far for the visiting team as well. 5 points for Ewing, 5 for Maston, 3 for Yakaman off that recent three. I mean, what can you say about this all-around team performance early on in the first half by South Georgia Tech?
Max, they're sharing the sugar, sharing the love, like you mentioned. All-around scoring output from the Jets, whereas the Eastern Florida Titans, only been maybe about 3 players that have gotten their hands on the ball and put the ball through the net. Not a good look so far from the Titans, but they'll bounce back.
And neither team shooting the lights out. 40% from the field for South Georgia Tech, whereas it's 33% on the other side for Eastern Florida. Still haven't gotten a three-pointer to go for the home team, 0 of 4. And you talked about that before the game being a big part of this Titans offense is shooting the three. And what do they have to do to get that working again as we see the players come back on the floor?
Max, as bad as it sounds, it's almost nothing. Sometimes you shoot a three, it just doesn't go in, but you can't never fall back on it. Shooters trust that they will eventually get it going. If Steph Curry's 0 for 20, he's shooting the next one. And the player whose favorite athlete is Steph Curry just subbed out as Ewing makes the first free throw. Coming in for Nick Oliver, Khalid Ousmane, the freshman out of Niger. Ewing looking to add to his team, leading 7 points now. And a double-digit lead for the Jets. Looking to end a 5-game losing streak. Wilson bringing it up for the Titans. Ousmane getting his first touch of the ball. Register one-on-one down line. Yakaman thinking about helping. Ousmane can't catch the ball. And the Jets will go the other way. Another turnover here for the Titans. Good hustle there from Bowl, snatching the ball up. Yakaman deep behind the three-point line. Also in the game now for the South Georgia Tech Jets is Dwight Brown, number 21 in black. Yakaman, good defense by Yappy. Now Ball unable to control it on the baseline. Good. Great defensive stand right there by the Titans. I was just about to say, good defensive pressure there. Man-to-man defense from Yappy. Not reaching, not going for steals, just sliding his feet.
And we talked a little bit before the broadcast about each of these teams deciding to press. Haven't seen that much out of either defense so far. We'll see as the tension cranks up if they pressure cranks up as well. Calling his name for the first time now. Pass inside to Register and one. Good pass right there by David Andino. Redshirt freshman out of Puerto Rico.
And the coach of the Jets cannot believe the foul call. Very late foul call there from the referee.
Now Sean Register Jr., you feel like 25 points per game scored by the freshman so far this season. Got to get him going if you want to get this offense where they want to be.
Yes, Max, good point. I'll have to get him going. Maybe start running a few more sets for him. Give him some open looks, and then you'll really see that the lead starts coming back.
Titans now cracking double digits in the point column. As you see, Maston's going to hit the floor. Foul on David Andino, his first of the game.
There's the press we were just talking about, Max.
And if you're Coach Farrell for Eastern Florida State, I don't think you're too mad at that. You know, it's showing a lot of fight from this defense. Obviously a little physical, and you draw the foul. But a very interesting storyline to look at early on. South Georgia Tech in the bonus as Maston getting some free throws.
That's the good thing about these Titans, Max. They represent their name very well. They will go to war. They will fight. Once they're down, they're not out of it. They're going to keep trying and trying and trying. You're going to have to completely bury them for them to even think about giving up.
Subbing in for the Titans will be Agbaliz coming in for Register. That free throw rims out. Now the Titans looking to go fast the other way. Looking in the corner for Yappy, and he gets it to him somehow, some way. Agbaliz thought about the three, drives inside, and gets fouled. Lana Agbaliz taking it with the left and drawing the contact. Foul will go on Rouse Lesonix. Or excuse me, on Dwight Brown.
Titans went away from the strategy of hoisting up threes in the early part of this half. Now they're just pounding it in the paint. Seems to be working as they're slowly mounting a comeback here.
That's something you got to do. You got to adjust as the game goes along. If it's not working from the perimeter, you got to try and take it into the paint and score. As Agbaliz goes 1 for 2 from the stripe. About halfway through this first half, the visiting South Georgia Tech Jets up 19-12. Maston with some fancy footwork, passes it inside to Brown, gets it blocked by Lana Agbaliz. Now a scrum for the ball on the ground. And it goes into the hands of Ewing, stripped away right there by Wilson. And after all is said and done, it will be Titans ball.
Max, if you are the coach for the Jets, you would love that possession there. The 6'11", bold, first person to hit the floor, fighting hard for the ball, tooth and nail.
Matt Ball has played almost every minute of this game so far, and a late foul call right there on Maston. Tried to steal the ball away from Wilson, and for a second it looked like he did, but the ref blew his whistle, and it'll stay on this side of the court. Look at Tyson Wilson hasn't been super careful with the ball, as that's going to be a backcourt violation. Tyson Wilson really feeling the pressure from Jalix Ewing and Clark Maston early on.
Yeah, they have been playing very high pressure defense so far.
Coach Chris Baller, got to be happy with how your team is playing following a loss yesterday. Now Ewing, and that zone working out right there by the Titans on the outside, but they give it right back to the Jets.
Terrible pass by Khalid Usman. Just maybe thought the defenders weren't going to be in that play at all.
Now driving inside and blocked by Usman. Really athletic play right there by the freshman.
Good way to redeem yourself there, big fella. Threw the turnover, but denied him on that end. Good job by Khalid Usman.
Now on the floor for the Jets is Matt Ball.
Khalid Usman, though, very characteristic block. Leads the team in blocks, averaging 1 block a game.
Khalid Usman has been a factor so far early on in this game, as Bull now getting to his feet and coming to help up his teammate, Guillaume Schrodinger, and he'll come in for the injured 6'11 center. Looks like he might have just been poked in the eye there. Hopefully we see him back on the court in this game.
They're going to need him if they have any chance of at least surviving or keeping this lead. 6'11", Bull a huge factor.
Eastern Florida now leads, now has a better field goal percentage than South Georgia Tech. Last time when we went to break, it was South Georgia Tech shooting 40% from the field. Now it is Eastern Florida State, 4 of 10 shooting, whereas the Jets have really kind of slowed down a little bit, 35%.
Like you mentioned, Max, they started pounding the paint more, driving inside instead of just going for the 3. I'm not sure we've seen a 3. We haven't. They started off 0 for 4, and they're still 0 for 4 from 3.
You got to feel like the Titans, that's going to change for a team that very heavily uses the perimeter. Good defense in the corner right here. And now a foul on Dwight Brown, almost out of frustration, following the steal right there by David Andino.
David Andino very hyped up there after creating all of that confusion on the defensive end. Should re-energize and bring some energy into the gym.
Feel like this Titans team, if they're able to get some points together, this building will explode.
You're right about that, Max. They're waiting for a reason to get up on their feet and cheer.
Register going inside, outside to Wilson. Swinging it around over to Angeles. And Agbeles puts it up and in.
Saw them working on their easy touch floaters around the rim before the game. It really seemed to help there.
And now you can hear the defense chant starting to form here. Down by 5. A whistle and foul down low. It's going to go against Agbeles.
Number 5, Jarius Davis, seemed to be dribbling with his head down there because he missed the beautiful spin and turn by Schrodinger to get possession. He had an easy basket. All Davis had to do was float it over the head of the Eastern Titans defender.
And now coming in for the Titans is Jovial Acevedo Arroyo. Started every game so far this year, averages 15 points a game. As Schrodinger unable to get the free throw, and now good hustle on the boards, and the Jets maintain possession. Yakimin on the outside, into Schrodinger. Davis over to Ewing, Ewing for 3. And that goes out of bounds. Off the fingertips of Acevedo Arroyo.
Good play there by the Jets. Looks like the old patented Golden State Warriors moving screen to get open for a 3. Just couldn't get it down.
And now a timeout here by the South Georgia Tech Jets. 8 minutes to go in this first half. 19-14 your score. But you feel the momentum shifting a little towards the home team later in this half.
You're right, Max, and it hasn't just been the momentum. It's been even in the numbers. The Titans are shooting better. They're getting more rebounds, playing harder. So, yes, after that slow first start, they finally picked it up, and now they look to be rolling, just trying to fight their way back into this one.
And so far, the star for South Georgia Tech in the scoring column has been Jalix Ewing with 7. And on the other side, he started a little slow, but he has found his way to 7 points. Sean Register Jr. for the Titans. And those are the leaders in the scoring column. But outside of that, who on the peripheral have you seen that has really affected this game for either team?
I'm going to go with Lana Agbeles. Came in the game. I feel like he provided the much-needed punch that the Titans needed with blocks, with some hard paint pressure. He's been very good so far.
Agbalis, the last scorer on the other end of the court for the Titans. Now the Jets with the ball, setting the stage is Yakaman. Finds an open Maston on the perimeter. Too strong. Good rebound right there by Schrodinger. And the Jets will reset at half court. No need to rush here for the Jets. You want to get a good shot off, trying to snatch the momentum back out of the timeout. Yakaman pulls up. Tough shot as shot clock was expiring, and now Arroyo taking it himself and one. Jovial Acevedo Arroyo joining the scoring column right there on the coast-to-coast lay.
Ilya Jackman tried to take a charge there. Was maybe a few steps too early and a few steps to the left. Instead called a blocking foul. Good points for Arroyo.
And can make this a 2-point game at the stripe. As it seems like we needed some cleanup down low. Acevedo Arroyo, a 96% free throw shooter on the year. Doesn't miss much. And announcer's jinx right there.
Just had to say it, man. Had to say it.
21 of 22, now 21 of 23. Still brings the Titans within a score. And Jets need to answer. Nice behind the back move by Maston, looking to pass. Almost gets it stolen away. Finds the open Brown. Just rims out, but good rebound right there by Bull. Puts it back up and in.
And Bull back in the game, back causing problems for the Titans.
Just such a mismatch when you're at least 2 inches taller than everyone inside on the opposing team. Now Acevedo Arroyo left open. Can't make it from the top of the key. Rebound by Ewing. Ewing going fast to Brown. Brown up against two defenders. Couldn't get it. Now Bull draws the foul off the rebound. Matt Bull putting in work down low for the Jets.
Max, it's almost giving me PTSD. I remember being in high school. Our team was extremely short compared to every other team. Most possessions went exactly like that. You would play good defense, force a stop, and then the big 6'11" center, even though we were only in primary school, comes out of nowhere, snatches up the rebound, scores.
He's almost been the human restart button for the Jets right now. Anytime they miss it, it seems like he's getting his hands on the ball, and they get a new possession. Too strong on the first attempt from the free throw stripe. Two-man substitution here for the Titans. Coming in, Ebi Ogo, as well as Nick Oliver, who is yet to get going here for the Titans, but you got to predict that that will soon change. 1 for 2 at the stripe, Matt Bull.
Max, now looking at the stats, human reset button may just be an understatement. 10 offensive rebounds for the Jets, while only 2 for the Titans.
And driving inside and swatted away. And it will be possession going to the Jets off of the block by Matt Bull. Human reset button, more like human eraser right there. Sending back the driving shot by David Andino.
Titans need to find an answer for Bull.
And backcourt violation right there. Good defense by Register. Titans have been behind all game long. 6 minutes to go in this first half. Register driving in, finds an open Acevedo Arroyo, unable to get it to go, and Matt Bull with another rebound. Now stops, pops, and hits. Clark Maston.
Way to score in transition from Maston there. Didn't allow the Titans defense to get set.
That's the second time he's done that. Stopped for a shot in transition without passing. and it's worked both times. Register to the rack, and one. Doing it himself, Sean Register.
All right, Max, now here's time for everyone's favorite game. Guess his favorite player.
I'm going to go with 6'7", forward Sean Register. Let's go LeBron James. It's basic, but is that correct?
You're correct, Max.
Hey, there we go. I promise we didn't rehearse that.
Just by how he just puts his head down, gets to the rim. Very characteristic of the greatest player of all time, LeBron.
Kind of interesting you say definite greatest player of all time. A little bit of debate with Jordan, but that'll be for another time. Me and you will talk about as that one Brown inside finishes.
Definitely will have discussion about that, Max.
As somebody that has a Jordan flag in my room covering my entire wall, gotta defend the 6-time finals winner. But going inside, Arroyo, wild pass outside to Oliver. Oliver driving with his right and gets it denied. Right there by Jarius Davis.
Jarius Davis told Bull, invite me to the block party. Now everyone's getting in on it. Good defense there from the Jets.
Tell you what, South Georgia Tech has really been stout inside as that three-pointer doesn't go. Still stone cold from the stripe. Good play by Yappy on the other end, but it's going to earn him a foul. That one looked clean right there. Looked like he stripped away Maston on the drive.
Looked like he stripped away Maston and Schottinger. That's my one thing about Schottinger. He plays with a lot of finesse and skill. Sometimes when you're that tall, you just have to be powerful, grip the ball tight, and just go up and just slam it.
Schottinger now with a chance to extend the lead to double digits once again in this first half. Makes the first. Guillaume Schottinger, 6'9" wing out of Lauber, Germany. Goes perfect from the charity stripe, and now a 10-point lead here for the Jets.
73% from the free throw line for the Jets here, way above the Titans' 57.
And Acevedo Arroyo has it tipped out of bounds by Maston. Very active hands so far for the Jets defensively. And if I'm the Titans, I got to go to the high hand, and Sean Register Jr. seems to be the only thing working for them as of late.
If I'm the Titans, I'm going to stay away from Bull.
Now Register going in on Schrodinger. Just rims out. And the Jets now can extend their lead as we creep up on 4 minutes to go in the first half. To be honest, this is the exact opposite of how I thought this game would go up until this point. But the Jets, kudos to them, as they have some good passing out on the perimeter. Stopping, popping, can't make it. And a foul called against the Jets, trying to get the rebound.
Well, Max, the playoff, how you said, when I thought about Bull dominating this game, this is almost exactly how I planned, or at least thought this one may have gone, if Bull was able to get into rhythm and disrupt both ends of the court.
Another break here with about 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. South Georgia Tech up 28-18. And the story of the game in two facets. One, three-point shooting. South Georgia Tech, 2 for 11, not great, 18% from the field. Eastern Florida State, non-existent, 0 for 7 right now, the home team. But on the other side of things, in the paint, rebounding has been the strong suit for the Jets, out-rebounding the Titans by 10, 22 rebounds to just 12. And for the Titans, if you're Coach Farrell, I mean, you got to get both of those facets of the game going, both on the boards as well as from the perimeter. Which one would be more pressing for you if you're the home team?
Max, if you are a basketball aficionado, you know it's rebounds and free throws that are probably going to win you the game. So if I am Zach Farrell, the head coach of the Titans, I go with my big lineup, Max. Registered junior, running the point guard, 6'7", get Lana Agabalis in there, Ebi Ogo, and a few more just tall people, Max, who can maybe disrupt what Bowl has going on in this one.
Well, we talked about it, the size differential with Matt Bowl in the game for the Jets. Very taxing so far on the home team. Acevedo Arroyo at the charity strike makes the first. Eastern Florida has maintained striking distance all first half, but really haven't been able to make that one big run to get this team back knotted up. But that helps right there, going perfect from the line, Acevedo Arroyo.
And sometimes, Max, that can be more of a blessing than you think about your team. You just never go too deep into a deficit, so the lead's always there whenever you know that your team will eventually wake up, as we're predicting for this Eastern Florida Titans team.
Feel like once they get that first perimeter shot to go, this is a whole new ball game. But until then, Jets still up by 8, trying to get it into Bowl. Good defense right there by Ogo. Probably the best size matchup against Matt Bowl, the tallest player on this Eastern Florida team at 6'9", Ebi Ogo. And just a nice mid-range jumper right there by Jalix Ewing.
Very pretty, Max. Kyrie Irving-esque on the jumper there.
And he looks like Kyrie Irving so far in the scoring column. Leads all Jets with 9 points. Now bringing it up the floor is Jibby Lee. Good screen right there by Ogo. And it's going to be a kick ball on Brown. Not sure where Yappy was trying to pass it there. It looked like he was trying to pass to the right side of Brown, but Ogo a little bit more to the higher side of the paint. Nonetheless, Titans ball.
Maybe saw a small window for that pass, but that window closed quick.
Now Lee back out to Oliver. Too strong. Now Lee thought about the floater, but decides to go down to Register. Never a bad idea. Register now the first player on the court with double digits in the scoring column at 11.
Good pump fake there. Got Bowl in the air. Easy dump off the Register.
Now Maston driving inside. Nice snatch back and positive from the mid-range. You just made the face like you smelled something bad, as that's going to be a block and a goaltend right there on Bowl. Too late.
Max, I made that face because I saw something bad. Very reminiscent of the Penny Hardaway spin there from Clark Maston. What a nasty move.
Ogo able to get the points back on the other end for the Titans. But the Jets, really just a well-oiled machine on offense so far. Haven't slowed down. Schrodinger out to Maston. Maston going up and under. And another fancy finish right there by the guard. 4 straight for Maston and back to a 10-point lead for the Jets. Lee taking it himself, floats it up, rims out. Ogo fighting for the rebound, but ends up in the hands of Jarius Davis.
Watching Kyrie Irving in disguise right now, Clark Maston.
And he's open in the corner, but taking it himself right there, Schrodinger. Rebound by Ewing, and the point guard, Jalix Ewing, is all over the court tonight.
The 6'4" point guard, Max, got a board over 2 Titans.
And now Wilson trying to pass it through the trees. Hit off 2 Jets defenders, goes out of bounds. It will be Titans ball, but this Eastern Florida team on their heels with 1:18 to go in this first half. There's been multiple times where we thought maybe this is where the Titans get back into this game, but South Georgia Tech really shutting the door in that last frame, now up by their biggest lead margin in this game with 12.
Max, just not a lot of effort from the Titans there. Only person that seems to want to get back in this one is Sean Register Jr. Like we mentioned, we said he's going to have to play a good game, and he delivered. He's playing a great game so far, just waiting for the rest of his team to kind of get on track.
And we saw a shot by Nick Oliver in that last set that went off the backboard from 3. You don't really usually see that out of the hot hand freshman, the 6'5" guard, who's shooting 45% from beyond the arc coming into this game, 0 for 2 tonight. And what do you think you can chalk that up to quickly before the Titans pass it in?
Chalk that up just being off on those 2 shots. Definitely needs to keep shooting, though.
Now Register looking for Oliver, and he's going to keep shooting right here. Too strong from baseline. That's going to go out of bounds off of Lee. Good setup right there for Oliver in the corner. Just how he drew it up out of the timeout. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Like I said, Max, not mad at the shot. Only thing I'd be mad at maybe is the closeout. Tough shot, but doesn't matter the fact that he's keep shooting.
0 for 9 now from beyond the arc, the Titans. Now calling his name for the first time, Marcellus Miles takes it in, gets his own rebound, and unable to finish on the second try. Good hustle by Maston, passing it inside to Ewing. Jayless Ewing with the right-hand finish. Caught a body. And now the other end, Register silences the crowd.
Max, he put him on a poster. What a dunk.
Putting Agbeles on his wall, but a steal by Titans. And now they have numbers. Lee inside to Oliver. Puts it up, can't get it to finish. 4-on-1 by the Titans.
Great hustle defense there from the Jets to get back into that play despite the Titans having numbers. But Max, we talked about the Jordan poster on your wall. You may need to take that down, put on the Ewing poster. What a dunk there. The 6'4" point guard.
Jalix Ewing has really been the player of the game so far. Everywhere on the boards and right there, getting a highlight reel moment. As the Jets maintain a 12-point lead with 7.6 seconds to go here. Got to assume the Titans want the last shot, and they want it with that guy. Although he finds Oliver from 3, and he makes the first 3-point shot, and that's a great ending to the first half for the Titans right there. As Ewing just chucked it up and over the backboard right there. But 38-29 your score going into the half. And how big is that for not only Nick Oliver, but for this Titans team, getting a 3-pointer to fall 1 for 10 now from the field beyond the arc.
That is a great sign, Max. If you know anything about shooters, one thing you don't let them do is see the ball go through the net. Hopefully going into their locker rooms now, that can be a sign that there are good things to coming from this team out of the half.
And on the other side for the Jets, you're up 9 points going into the half. Some highlight reel plays, a lot of great stuff out of the visitors. What have you seen that has helped them maintain this lead throughout the entire first half?
Max, I've seen a lot. I've seen great play from 3 players, Clark Maston, Matt Bowl, and the point guard Ewing. The 3 of them are playing good, so Titans have, the Jets have many options as to who they want to maybe control the second half of the game. I've seen a lot of good things from majority of the Jets players.
Well, your score at halftime, 38 for South Georgia Tech, 29 for the home Titans. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the second half. Don't go anywhere. This one's just getting good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into Titan Fieldhouse as we are about a minute and a half away from the start of the second half. 39-29 your score. South Georgia Tech up over the Eastern Florida Titans. I'm your play-by-play Max Mesman. Alongside me is my analyst Zachary McKenzie. Zachary, a strong showing in the first half from the Jets, the visiting team. What did you see out of them that really helped them get out to this lead and maintain it for the entire first half?
Max, I saw effort. That's what really put them over the edge of the Titans. They wanted it more. They fought for every rebound, hustled, fought for every loose ball. Hustled in transition even when the Titans were on a 3-on-1 fast break. That's what really put them over the edge. Aside from shooting and all those other things, it was hustle that gave the Jets the lead.
And on the side of the Titans, it was all Sean Register in the first half, leading all scorers with 13. And you talked about him before the game. You know, coming into this game, averaging up around 25 points a night. What did you see out of him as well as the home team that helped them stay in the fight in this first half?
I saw calmness out of him. He knew that he's one of the only people on the team who haven't shot a three so far, or the set that have played, but calmness from him. He knew that his team was struggling. He knew that he may have to try harder on the scoring end to at least keep them inside the game until his teammates are able to come alive. So great veteran leadership there from the freshman, surprisingly. Good veteran leadership from Sean Register Jr. to understand that his team may have not been scoring the best, so he maybe had to shoulder the load for a half or two.
And as the teams come back onto the floor, you may look at the three-point shooting for Eastern Florida and see 1 for 10 and be like, wow, that's really bad. But you got to remember where that one make came from. It was from Nick Oliver, their 41% shooter coming in from beyond the arc, and it was right before the half as well. So possibly a little bit of momentum in terms of shooting beyond the perimeter for the Titans coming into this second period.
You are correct, Max. Like I said before we went for break, good shooters, you never want to see them. You never want to let them see the ball go through the net because it can ignite them and really start a three-party.
Oliver on the bench, but the Titans with the ball to start this second half. Down by 9. Register one-on-one on the outside. Looking to take Schrodinger. Puts it up and just rims out. Unfriendly roll. Now the Jets going the other way with it. Clark Maston with a couple of nice plays, but some even nicer plays from Ewing. Although right there, a play he'd hope to forget. Gets it stolen away by Tyson Wilson. Now Jibby Lee on the outside. Puts it up from the mid-range. Too strong. And a rebound by Matt Bowl.
Bowl still controlling the glass, still doing what he does best.
Now Maston in the paint. Wild pass out of bounds. And the Titans will go the other way. Bit of a sloppy start for both teams early on in this second period.
And that's not a good thing for the Titans. The Jets have the lead, so they can afford, I wouldn't say afford to play bad, but they can afford a few missed possessions. The Titans need to be on it every possession.
Couldn't agree more. Zachary has Register, dribbles it off his foot, and it goes into the hands of Bowl. Another turnover for the Titans. Now Yakiman stops, pops. Too strong. Rebound by Register. Titans looking to push. Wilson. Jump stop. Tipped over to Agbaliz, and unable to get that to go, but it will send him to the free throw line.
Like I mentioned, Mac, Agbaliz may not get all the entire credit because we gave it to Register at the halftime, but he's also been a very good spark plug for the Titans off the bench, able to keep this lead somehow, or this deficit somehow manageable.
And the foul is actually going to be on Schrodinger. You can see they called it originally on Ewing, and he was like, I didn't do anything, put his hands up, and they changed it over to Schrodinger.
The classic basketball trope, Max. As you know, no one ever fouls anyone.
And Agbeliz can't make the first free throw.
A bit uncharacteristic there. Not too uncharacteristic, though. Only a 63% free throw shooter for Agbeliz on the season.
So if the numbers are telling the truth, he should knock down this second shot. And he does.
People lie, Max, but the stats do not.
So now 38-30 your score. South Georgia Tech yet to get on the board in this second half. Early on. Yakima gets it stolen away by Lee. Lee all the way. Coast to coast. Jibby Lee steal and score. And now Titans with an early 3-0 run to start the second half. Jets need to respond. And that's going to be a blocking foul. Looked like a little bit of an acting job by Lee there, and clearly not good enough, draws the blocking foul.
Yeah, he needs to take better lessons. Not too convincing there.
Fouls on number 2, Jimmy Lee, his third.
And looks like they're actually going to call it a shooting foul. And so to the line, Jalix Ewing makes the first.
Jalix Ewing, very characteristic scoring output here from him. Leads the team in points.
And him and Clark Maston have really been a 1-2 punch in that front court, or excuse me, in the back court. For, as we see, Clark Maston gets the rebound off the missed free throw. And now Schrodinger, very tough shot. Good defense by Agbeliz. Now Wilson, cross court, and a rebound and almost put back up and in, but he will go to the free throw line. Sean Register Jr. Another miss by Nick Oliver right there.
Sean Register saying, get on my back if you have to. Way to rebound the ball. Good put back up. Do not want to come down with it and give Bull a chance to contest your shot. Good decision there by the freshman.
Register can't get the friendly roll on the first free throw.
Now that was a highly uncharacteristic miss there, Max. 80% free throw shooter on the season.
And that's starting to, those missed free throws starting to pile up for the Titans, as that's another one. They're now 7 of 13. But Agbeliz gets the rebound, and then great defense right there by Matt Bull. And the Titans come up empty-handed, and a very arid pass bounces off the backboard to Register. Register down lane, no look to Wilson. Too strong, gets the rebound and puts it in. Register doing everything for the Titans right now.
Get on my back if you have to, Max.
Nick Register, or excuse me, Sean Register now with 15 points to lead all scoring. Maston inside, out to Ewing. Ewing backing down Oliver, and it will be an offensive foul. And Nick Oliver is fired up.
Number 0, Alex Ewing.
Nothing makes a coach more happier than when his team is fired up on the defensive end, because that is how you play, Max. If it's not going down the offensive end, you better surely play hard on the other end of the court. Good job by the Titans.
And Ewing will get subbed out for Jarius Davis. It's now a 5-point game here. Chance to make it a 1-score game on this possession. And that's going to be another turnover, steal by Bull. And they're going to give it right back. Register now with it. Passes in the corner. Arroyo can't get it to go. Rebound Bull.
Good job slowing the game down there by Bull.
Bull has to have double-digit rebounding by now.
I think he only has like 8.
7 points and 8 rebounds for the walking double-double. Will be out of bounds. Maintaining possession are the Jets. Still not a score from the field for the Jets in this second half. Shoots it mid-range right there. Left it short. And they're going to call a foul, and that's going to be on Bull, his second of the night.
Fouls on number 33, Matt Bull, in his second.
Little bit of a frustration foul as the Titans were looking to get in transition.
I mean, Max just took a moment there to marvel in Bull's 6'11" frame. He handed the ball to the referee with one hand. The referee had to use two just to corral it from him. He was just palming it.
As somebody that can't palm the ball myself, seeing somebody hold it like it's a tennis ball always amazes me. Register gets it stuck. This game has had everything. We've had poster dunks, and we've had balls getting stuck on three-pointers. And we're going to take a breather here. 39-34 your score. 16 minutes to go in this second half. Don't go anywhere. Everybody catching their breath here in this second half. A good one so far. Max Mesman. Next to me is Zachary McKenzie. 16 minutes to go in the game. 39-34 your score. Jets up. But all of the momentum has shifted surely to the home team in the second half. The Jets still have not made a shot in this second half. Still looking for their first made basket, only points being from the free throw line.
Goes back to what I said, Max. The Jets can afford a few bad possessions, and they've certainly have had them, but they're still leading in this one.
Lee reaching his hands into the cookie jar there, came up empty. But some very active defense, more active than all night, as Schrodinger takes a rare three. Rebound by Yakiman. Yakiman takes it in, wild shot. It will be out of bounds off of the Titans. The Jets continue to control the boards. 32 rebounds on the night, only 20 for the Titans. Yakiman to set the floor here for the Jets. Lee guarding the inbounder. Nice crossover right there. Takes it to the basket and can't get it to go. In a rebound by Register.
Good effort there from the Jets. Many putbacks, couldn't get it though.
Lee going in, trying to pass it over to Agbaliz. It will go out of bounds. Throw in here for the Titans. Wilson will pass it in. All evened out in terms of field goal percentage. Both teams shooting about 36% from the field.
And that mop is getting a good workout in this game here, Max. Constantly needing to be used with so much bodies hitting the floor.
Hopefully that mop guy is getting paid because he has been put to work so far in this game. Agbaliz taking it himself. Nice control down low. And now a one-possession game here. You can hear the bench chanting for their defense. A huge possession on this side of the court. Masson in the corner. Wilson switches back onto him. Mid-range. Just rims out. Rebound Oliver. Titans going fast. Finds Register to his right, and he draws the foul.
Good transition defense there from the Jets to get in front, directly in front of Sean Register Jr. before he could catch the ball, because if he had caught it, he would have done a move and avoided you. So way to put yourself right in front of him. Avoid them getting any points in transition.
Javon Yappy coming into the game for the Titans, subbing in for Tyson Wilson. Tough night so far for the starting point guard. No points as he will sit for Yappy. Register with it. Thought about the double team, but just takes it himself. Seen that all night long. Going under the rim, pounding on his chest saying, I'm him, and he deserves that because he has 17 points so far.
Sean Register plays like a big who was expected to be 7 foot.
No fear for the freshman. Yakima one-on-one. Wild shot. Ball trying to get the rebound. Falls to the hands of Miles, but tipped away. And now pass outside. Oliver falls to the ground. Can't get it to fall. Now Lee passes it out to Agbeliz. Finds Register. Register just going to take the shot. Register inside mid-range. He can give it to you however he wants to. 19 points. And now the first lead of the night for Eastern Florida State.
Max, what can he not do?
Jets have to answer here. Pass inside, no good. Maston fighting for it. Yappy passes it back into the wrong team. Bull now going up with it. Miles. It's going to be out of bounds. They're going to say it's off of Bull. Good hustle right there by Oliver.
And that was good defense there by Agabalis. Like we mentioned, Sean Register, the forefront runner for this comeback, but Agabalis second in command, almost the energy off of the bench.
And the Jets are going to take a much-needed timeout. We'll stay here. This game has done a full 360 flip on its head in the second half. 38-29 going into halftime, and a 11-1 run to start the second half for the Titans. I mean, what can you say about Sean Register Jr. and this home team so far in the second half that has helped them get their first lead of the game?
Max, what have I not already said about Sean Register Jr.? Like we mentioned, best shooting percentage on the team with 61, most points per game with 25, and most rebounds per game with 8. He does it all. 2 assists, even 1 block, ties the team high in blocks. Max, he does it all, and he single-handedly brought this Titans team back.
Has brought them back from the dead, so to speak. 11-1 run for the Titans. They're looking to continue it as Agbeliz went inside and drew the foul. Looked like even if he missed that shot, Register was going to try and put it back with an emphatic slam.
Well, Max, now that he's on the line, time to play our favorite game. Guess his favorite player. Who do you think is Agabeliz's favorite athlete, Max?
Well, I'm 1 for 1, kind of 1 for 2, because I think you could guess with Oliver that Steph Curry was his favorite player the way he shoots. Agbeliz, 6'8", forward out of Toronto. I'm going to go with Kawhi Leonard as his favorite player. Dug into the bag a little bit. From that sound, it sounds like I was incorrect.
You were close, Max. You were close. It's Paul George, his favorite athlete.
PG-13. Obviously now with the Clippers.
Sixers.
Or the Sixers, excuse me.
Sixers
yes,
now.
the Sixers. Did have a little sin on the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard. That's who I was thinking of. Agbeliz getting both free throws to go right there.
Now, Max, as I asked Marquise the other night, do you think he has a podcast similar to Paul George?
It'd be a good question to ask him. I mean, he, as we see right there, mid-range by Marcellus Miles. But I think he should start one. I've seen him make a lot of facial expressions. Seems like he's a very entertaining guy and has really been an X factor so far in the second half for the Titans. So that's stolen away. Now the Jets trying to get their get back here. Just made their first shot of the second half.
I like the way you put it, Max. Agabeli's very vocal on the defensive and offensive end. Seems to be the energizer bunny for the team.
Now Jarius Davis backing in, taking a mid-range and hits it. Tough fadeaway shot, and now South Georgia Tech responding and getting the lead back. Now Register with it. Over to Agbeliz. Driving in, good pump fake, and finish. Agbalese now with double digits, 10 points on the night. Looking a little bit like Paul George right there. And that is tipped out of bounds and off the knee of Marcellus Miles. Great play right there by David Andino.
Like I mentioned, Max, Sean Register is the president. Agbalese is the second in command. These two single-handedly destroying the Jets right now, have the lead. Like you mentioned, Sean Register has brought this team back from the depths. Now they have life, they have energy, and almost like you mentioned, a 360 from the first half. The Jets seeming way more defeated than ever since the game has started.
And I will say, South Georgia Tech, they looked like they were completely out of it. I mean, the way the momentum has shifted with how fast we know this Eastern Florida State team can jump on somebody. But I'll tell you what, these teams have played 3 times in the past, and each time Eastern Florida State has won by a score of 18 points or more. I don't think that's where we're going to head to in this game, and it's kind of because of that answer we just saw there by the Jets, down by 1 right now with Eastern Florida State. But what do the Jets have to do to maintain composure and stay in this game in the second half?
Well, Max, I think what they have to do is almost go back to what was working in the first half. Seems like they've almost made a lineup change. We're not seeing Ewing, we're not seeing Bowl, or we're barely seeing, I can't remember the third person, but we're barely seeing them be as active as they were in the first half.
Clark Maston.
Clark Maston, like, thank you for that. We're barely seeing him as active. They had to get back to what worked in the first half.
Yeah, some minutes right here by Marcellus Miles and Jeremy Nixon where we didn't see him as much in the first half. Lana Agbalese taking advantage of no Matt Bowl in the game. And now a 3-point lead for the Titans. But I think the reason Matt Bowl is out of the game is because he currently has 3 fouls right now, and they can't afford to have him foul out, not when there's still 11 minutes remaining. Thought about the 3-pointer right there, Dwight Brown. He loses it, and it goes out of bounds. Lana Agbalese showing that energy we talked about.
Max, Lana Agbalese runs like a 2025 new model car up and down the floor. Max, extreme motor, doesn't get tired. I'm almost tired watching him.
Lana Agbalese, his motor doesn't stop running. Wide open for 3, can't get it to go. And now Ewing trying to go fast, somehow maintains his dribble and finishes and 1. Jalix Ewing, I mean, you can do nothing but applaud right there. Almost had it stolen twice, but then able to get it at the rim and now has a chance for a 3-point play.
Max, what did I say? Go back to the hands that gave you the lead in the first place. Go back to what was working. Do not let Ewing go cold. Keep him in the game. Keep him in his rhythm.
And Ewing misses the free throw. And it will stay here. Out of bounds off of the Titans. Good hustle by the Jets.
Max, I'm going to tell you a stat you don't believe. The Titans have still only hit 1 3-point shot in this game. The amazing play by Register Jr. and Agbalese have made you forgotten about their 3-point woes so far.
Well, you got to love it if your coach Zach Farrell has a nice up and under right there. For his first points of the night, Jeremy Nixon, or excuse me, Marcellus Miles. But like you said, yeah, no, you know, if your right hand isn't working, you have to use your left. That's your only choice. And that's what the Titans have done on the inside tonight. Haven't gotten it going from the perimeter, so they've decided to go to this man right here who decides to go to the perimeter, and an air ball right there by Acevedo Arroyo.
And Max, like you mentioned, left hand, right hand, that is the sign of a good team. You can be effective even when one end isn't working.
And Marcellus Miles now starting to heat up, gets that one over the outstretched arms of Register, who's calling for the ball on the other end. And that's going to go off the knees of Yappy. And the Jets have now turned this second half on its head. It was all Eastern Florida State to start off coming out of the break, but now the Jets up by 3. over midway through the second half.
Max, it's almost reminiscent of what I said about the Jets. A few possessions there, we saw the ball maybe not in Register's hands, and he was even calling for it. Keep feeding him. He's hot. You got to keep the hot hand where it is.
And the Jets going to there. Man, that has done it all night. Jalix Ewing drives inside. Big body. Ewing now at 13 to lead all Jets scorers.
See, Max, as I would say, the Jets understand the assignment. Keep it in the hot hand.
Ewing 1 point under his usual total as Register leaves it short. Good rebound by Lee. No look pass out to Wilson, wide open. Bottoms. Eastern Florida State with just their second three-pointer of the night. It comes at a big time, now down by 2. Stolen away by Wilson. They have numbers 4 on 2. Over to Oliver, pump fake, shoots it, leaves it short. Felt like if he could have hit that one, this place would have erupted.
Definitely were in peak eruption point if he had hit that.
And now taken off the floor by Brown, and it's out to Lee. One-on-one. Can't finish at the rim. 2 missed opportunities to tie the game or potentially take the lead here for the Titans in transition.
Good decision to slow the game down by the Jets. You want to contain this momentum from the Titans.
And you can see sitting at the scores table, Matt Ball about to come back in for the Jets. Jalix Ewing, one-on-one, can't finish. Rebound, blocked away by Wilson. Trying to pass it back to him, saved by the Jets. And now up and can't finish, but Ewing can't finish. No one can finish. And now Lee with a head of steam. Finishes at the rim.
He can finish, Max.
Tied up at 51. You can see Lana Agbeles getting up and firing up his teammates. What a game we have here. I mean, could not have asked for a better, could not have asked for a better game so far up until this point. Worth the price of admission. Was it free for us to get in because we're calling the game? Yes, but I would have paid to watch this spectacle so far.
You are correct on that, Max, and I think what is making the game even better is this is a old school, hard fashion 80s, 90s basketball game we have going on here, Max. Nobody can say anything from 3, 14% for the Jets, 10% from the Titans. Just been a hard-nosed inside the paint basketball game, just like the good old days, and I'm loving it.
And these teams mirror images of each other right now, 51 points each. Each team is 20 for 50 from the field. Each team has 2 3-pointers and 9 free throws. I mean, this is going to be a game of wills coming down to the wire, but I'll tell you who is going to be coming off that bench for the Jets that we have not seen in a while due to foul trouble is going to be Matt Ball. And what can he bring for the Jets coming out of this timeout?
He is going to bring defensive pressure, maybe going to try slow down the hot hands of Register and Agbeles while also giving the Jets some nice rebounding to go with it.
And on the other side for the Jets, saw their second 3 of the night go in off the hands of Tyson Wilson. His first points of the night, actually, on that 3-pointer. You feel like with Matt Bull coming in, you are going to have to play a little bit more of a perimeter game. But starting off with the ball on offense, the Jets. 7.5 minutes to go, knotted up at 51 apiece. And Wilson jumps the pass, gets the steal, and draws the foul. Tyson Wilson, the hard-working starting point guard. And looks like we're going to get another timeout right here by the getting another timeout here by the South Georgia Tech Jets. Not liking what he saw on that offensive possession. Coach Chris Baller deciding to take a break. But for the Titans here, 51-51. We will see Tyson Wilson at the charity stripe with a chance to take the lead. Very rare we've seen the Titans ahead in this game. But if you're the Titans, you smell blood in the water. If you're coach Zach Farrell, what are you telling your team in this timeout?
Keep the energy up, keep the pressure on, keep the smiles on your faces. They look like they're having a ball. Like I said, Max, if you saw that timeout just now, you would not even think that it's a tie game. The Titans rally around each other, screaming, smiling, high-fiving. The Jets were very sluggish back to their timeout. They just don't look like they're having fun anymore, as opposed to the first half where they were leading and in command. The Jets have to almost pick it up and be more happy. But if I'm Zach Farrell, I'm definitely keep telling my team, keep the energy. That's what has gotten us back in this game. Keep the energy.
Couldn't agree more on that point. This Titans team has stunned the Jets coming out of the break. Up by 9, now a tie game. Tyson Wilson at the free throw line, 57% shooter on the year. He makes the first. And that puts the Titans up by 1. Another thing to look at going forward, Titans only with 2 fouls in the second half, but the South Georgia Tech Jets with 7 and a half minutes to go. That puts the Titans in the bonus. So only free throws going out. And that might be a good sign if Tyson Wilson can make both. As a 57% shooter, Titans now up by 2. Jets looking to respond. Marcellus Miles takes it to the rack. Marcellus Miles coming off the bench and being a spark plug for the visitors right now. And now that one doesn't go. And once again tied up here, 53-53, under 7 minutes. Into Matt Bowl, one-on-one with Agbeliz. Register coming to help and doesn't get the shot to fall, but will be heading to the free throw line.
First time we saw Matt Bowl actually go into some sort of what looked like a post up there, getting deep in his bag in this one, trying to give the Jets a comfortable lead or a lead in general.
And that might not be a bad idea if you're Agbeliz, sending him to the free throw line. Although Bowl, a 61% shooter, and can't make the first. It's almost like if you're guarding Matt Bowl, you might as well make him earn it at the charity strike than let him get an easy 2 inside.
Are you suggesting a hack-a-shack, Max?
Something like that. As we see right there, it worked. Missing both free throws now. 2-on-2. Taking it himself, Lee. Jibby Lee finishing at the hole. Titans back in front. Bringing it up for the Jets, Jalix Ewing, and you got to assume he needs to be involved here. But we'll see how that goes moving forward. Need to try and get back to a tie. Tyson Wilson, too strong, but Sean Register, 23 points now on the night.
Max, for some reason, me and you always call a game where it's a freshman putting on a show. We are watching the birth of a star here, Max.
As right there, drawing a foul. Jalix Ewing, a freshman on the other end. But you talked about it. The first call me and you had together, it was women's soccer, and Emma McMurray for Rollins College had not 1, not 2, but 3 goals, a hat trick in her first ever college game. And we're seeing Sean Register and Jalix Ewing, who misses the first free throw, go band for band in terms of scoring. 15 for Ewing, 23 for Register to lead their opposing teams.
Max, it's just the effort from both of them. Sean Register climbing high to get the board over the 6'11" Matt Bowl, and then going back up after he got the rebound.
And a big 2 misses right there by Jalix Ewing. keeps it tied at 59. Jibby Lee wide open in the corner. Can't make the three. Rebound Tyson Wilson. He can't make the putback. And a rebound by Matt Bowl.
They just need 1-3 to fall just for the momentum.
2 for 22 on the night. And now Marcellus Miles air ball. Blocked by Register. Sean Register doing it on both ends of the floor. Now thought about passing it. Gets it blocked by in a late foul call against Jalix Ewing. Was about to say that whatever Register could do, Jalix Ewing could do better. Getting blocked by Register and then returning the favor. But Register will go through the free throw line. And that is where we stand. We'll take a quick breather before this final 3:47, tied up at 59. Don't turn your TV off. We are just heating up. Welcome back for the final 3:47 in regulation between South Georgia Tech, Eastern Florida State, tied up at 59. And going into this last nearly 4 minutes in regulation, because this seems like a game that could possibly see extra basketball, and I wouldn't be mad. What are you looking for as Register takes these free throws?
Well, Max, I'm almost looking for about the same. I can't believe he's missed so much free throws today. He has an amazing point total. Just imagine how much he would add if he could convert these at the line. But very uncharacteristic, like we mentioned, an 80% free throw shooter.
He does go 1 for 2, and that gives the Titans the lead, 60-59. Maston bringing it up against the stingy Tyson Wilson on defense. Maston going in with his left, gets it blocked by Register, and there to clean it up, Bowl, and a tie ball. Great play right there by Khaled, or excuse me, that was Ebi Ogo, to not only force the tie ball, but it gets the Titans the ball back.
And Max, earlier on we were talking about the walking double-double, the human eraser, the human reset button, Matt Bull. We exclaimed about him getting double-doubles, but what about Sean Register Jr.? 24 points, 10 rebounds, 10 for 16 shooting. He is having himself a night.
The Titans and the Jets haven't had their best shooting nights, but 10 for 16 for Sean Register has been great all season. And we talked about it at halftime off the mic. We're watching some great D1 JUCO action as he misses it at the rim right there. But I could see him going D1 no JUCO when it's all said and done the way he's playing right now. And trying to get the seal, but a foul called right there on Jovial Acevedo Arroyo. He can't believe it.
Max, you said D1 no JUCO. I'm going to hold my predictions about what I'm going to say, where he looks like he should be playing right now.
I have a feeling it's a certain league you might be referring to.
Max, is the National Basketball Association. Register's playing like a man amongst boys right now, Max. Looking like an NBA player against high schoolers. he has almost, like we mentioned, single-handedly brought this team back, and not only gave up after that, but is single-handedly willing them to the finish line with the help of Lana Agabalis and a few of his teammates. But Sean Register, Mr. Do-It-All tonight.
And following up on that National Basketball Association point, you know, we've mentioned some National Basketball Association names, and earlier me and you touched on LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. I will say, whether or not you think Jordan's the GOAT or James is the GOAT, LeBron is Sean Register's favorite athlete. And on the other side, Jalix Ewing has kind of looked a little Jordan-esque with, you know, 6'4" shooting guard, has been able to score everywhere on the floor. And I feel like if you're the Jets, you got to go to him right now.
Almost forget the go talk right now, Max. Right now might go to Sean Register. He's completely changed my mind.
Marcellus Miles has been an energizer for the Jets in the second half. Ball coming up for the screen. Jarius Davis can't get it to fall. Trying to get the putback ball. Now Digi Lee stops, pops, and gets it. Friendly roll on the rim. 3-point lead for the Titans. Jets need an answer, 2.5 minutes remaining. Ewing almost gets it stolen away, takes it in. And he draws the foul. Almost another and one for Ewing. And this is a big visit to the free throw line, which hasn't been friendly to the Jets. 9 for 19, under 50% shooting from the charity strike for South Georgia Tech. Makes the first. Some substitutions here for the Titans. Nick Oliver and Lana Agbalis coming in for the Titans.
Agbalis, the energizer of the team, now checked into the game probably for the final time.
1 for 2 at the free throw line. Now Wilson with it, slowing the offense down. No need to rush if you're the Titans here. Creeping up on 2 minutes to go. Register passes it out to Oliver. Can't make the three. While the Titans have heated up a little more from the field, remain cold from the three-point line, now 2 for 23.
Their trio is in now, Max. Clark, Bowl, and Ewing.
And Ewing trying to get past Lee. Over in the corner to Maston. Maston inside the ball in no man's land. Somehow finds Jarius Davis. And now putting up a wild three, Miles. Great defense by Eastern Florida right there to force the shot clock violation.
Good defensive stand there from the Titans. Now just a good offensive possession here could put them in a good spot to win this one.
1:30 to go here. And I mentioned before the broadcast, I'm going to try and come up with a different saying other than Mike Breeze, bang, bang, if we see a game winner here. But that's very possible, the result we get. 62-60. Eastern Florida up by 2. Agbalis taking a three and making it possibly the biggest shot of the night, getting Eastern Florida their largest lead of the night, 65-50. Or excuse me, 60. Yakimin just barely saves it. Jets need a score on this possession. Taking the three-point shot himself, can't make it. Rebound Ewing. Ewing going up and under. This guy is disgusting. Jalix Ewing. 18 points on the night. I mean, you're in disbelief over there, partner.
Max, I'm in disbelief over your comparison skills. You just mentioned Jordan a few minutes ago. Very reminiscent of his infamous layup. Goes up on one end, goes under basket, up with the next hand. What amazing body control and a finishing ability from a freshman at only 6'4". This guy, Ewing, is amazing.
Ewing can ball, and he's doing this mind you, he's doing this with a team-leading 4 fouls as well. But you can't take him out of the game because he's been their only offense as of late. Now, 65-62, 43.8 seconds to go. If you're coach Zach Farrell and the Titans, are you playing a little bit of keep away here? You can run down the clock, shot clock of 30 seconds. If they hold on to the ball, they can run it down to 13 seconds. What are you doing here if you're the Titans?
Max, we're going back to almost the preschool, very basic style of basketball. Best defender on best player. I need the Titans' best defender on Ewing, the Jets' best defender on Register, and just to completely take those two out of the game, it has to be someone else who's going to beat you in this one.
Sean Register near half court. They go into Oliver, who goes to Lee. Pass it over to Wilson. Nice jump pass to Wilson, and blocked at the rim. Blocked at the rim by Jeremy Nixon, and a foul of frustration by Lana Agbalese. Trying to punch home the emphatic slam. Jeremy Nixon off the bench. And that's his 5th of the game, and he is done.
Lana Agbalese fouls out, the second in command, one of the main contributors to this comeback, and he can't believe it on the bench. Highly upset at himself, and now the Titans, if it does go to extra time, Max, they're going to lose one of their biggest energizers and main contributors.
And now Clark Maston at the free throw line, a 63% shooter on the year with a chance to make it a 1-score game. Shot clock still on, so not intentionally missing yet, down 3. And nothing but nylon on the first.
Not fazed by the gym at all. Veteran there from Clark Maston, who's also only a freshman. Jets have some great freshmen on their hands.
Titans got to box out if they miss it here. Good rebound by Tyson Wilson. And gets it past the midway line. And a foul right there on Clark Maston. Big miss on the second free throw.
Good decision making there from the Titans, Max. You maybe saw Arroyo thought about throwing the cross-court pass, but have definitely gotten intercepted. Good decision not to. Instead, holds it now for the free throws, being a 94% free throw shooter. He's probably the one you definitely want shooting these.
Absolutely. Only 1 miss from the charity strike on the night for Arroyo. And he makes the first. And now a chance to make it a 2-possession ball game. Jovial Acevedo Arroyo gets it. 22 seconds to go. Jets got to score, and they got to score fast. Trying to lay it up, can't get it to go. Rebound, Ewing. Ewing puts it up and gets the foul.
Max.
Nick Oliver not trying to foul right there, but Ewing just changed the game. What can't this guy do?
Nothing, Max. He's great. He's amazing. He's everywhere on the boards, Max. Mind you, this is a 6'4" point guard, hustling in the paint and ones all night.
Can't make it a 1-score game. If there is one thing that Jalix Ewing, and you'd see him putting his head into his jersey there, it's he has struggled from the free throw line. That's the story of the night for South Georgia Tech right now. 11 of 23 at the free throw line. Now make that 11 of 24. That's 46%. Hard to win when you're shooting under 50% from the charity strike.
You are correct, Max. That is definitely something that's going to be worked on from Ewing later on in the future. You mentioned only a 52% free throw shooter for the season so far. Has to get that number up if he wants to run the ship as the point guard. But other than that, his game is almost complete.
Nick Oliver, perfect from the free throw line on the year. Came in 6 for 6, now 7 for 7. And another chance at making this a 2-score game. gets the friendly roll. And now we'll need a miracle here. Scores quickly. Who else but Jalix Ewing? Now 22 points to lead all Jet scores. Still not out of it. 6 seconds to go. And if you're Eastern Florida State here on the inbounds pass, surely going to be met with a full court press. What are you drawing up if you're Coach Zach Farrell here, Zakari?
I'm drawing up almost 3 screens, maybe 2 for Arroyo, screens for Oliver, putting the ball, even Register Jr., putting the ball in almost, nothing's guaranteed in sports, but almost guarantee free throw points here. It cannot go to someone who's maybe shaky at the line. It cannot be turned over, and it has to get in. That's just the main statement here. Get it to one of those 3 players and let them ice the game.
Tough part right here for the Jets as well is there's one player that is surely going to be on the floor that can't foul. Actually, being smart, what do I know? Opting to sub out Jalix Ewing. This is a smart play by Coach Baller here. Tough part is if you get a steal, you will not have your best scorer on the floor, but Jalix Ewing has 4 fouls, so that would be a player out there that couldn't foul anybody on Eastern Florida. So
Max, I'm sure even if they're not worried, all they need is a steal here. Give it to Clark Masson. Has been good all night. 33% from the 3 tonight. Just get him a chance, and he most likely will deliver.
Tyson Wilson to key it off here from out of bounds. Goes into Register. Got a foul. Got a foul right here. And they do. Man, some precious seconds ticking off the clock. And they decide to foul Oliver, who hasn't missed a free throw all season. Had a chance to foul Register. And Coach Baller shaking his head.
Good decision-making by Sean Register, though, Max. He is a pretty good free throw shooter himself, but saw, like you mentioned, the guy who hasn't missed a free throw all season, hopefully not jinxing him, and he passed it up to him. Way better decision.
3 seconds to go here. And he misses the first.
Max, we got to stop talking. Max, we got to stop talking.
That is now the second time that has happened tonight, ladies and gentlemen. First, I did it to Acevedo Arroyo, and now we've done it to Nick Oliver. Still a chance to make it a 3-point game. 3 seconds on the clock. And he makes it. Timeout here, deciding to go fast here. Ewing puts it up. It's not going to count. And that's the game.
Ewing thought he was fouled. Referee says no. Game's over. Titans celebrating this comeback defeat.
What a game we just saw today. Eastern Florida State getting their 5th win of the year against South Georgia Tech, who, let's start off, brilliant showing by the Jets. Came in with a 5-game losing streak, but able to fight all night long. Unfortunately came up short. I will say, talking about that ending right there, what goes into the decision to not call a timeout and set up a play there if you're the Jets? They had to. Why go fast down the court if you're South Georgia Tech?
Max, because they probably realized the Titans have one of the best set defenses in the tournament so far, and they thought maybe their best chance is to catch them off guard. Quick play by Ewing, just unfortunately couldn't get it off in time, couldn't get it open. Good look.
Well, what a game we just saw, and another one that should be an instant classic as well between Indian River and South Georgia State in about 20 minutes. But for this first matchup, it's been Zakari McKenzie as well as myself, Max Mesman, on the call for y'all saying so long, and see y'all in about 20 minutes for the final game of the Eastern Florida Classic. Don't go anywhere.